Hello everyone, Armored Otter here, and today, while I was making my way through Gloomwald on my melee spellbinder, I happened upon the beast Nemesis, Kubacabra. I decided to confront him in the name of science, and I died. A lot. Yep. As a matter of fact, I died more on this boss than I have in the entirety of this character's life, combined. 1.5 very frustrating hours later, and I finally took him down and developed a somewhat reasonable strategy in the process. First, let's talk about his abilities and how he fights. Kubacabra, or Kubi for short, is one of those Ugdenbaug Yetis. So when you think about how fast he is, compare him to the Yeti boss from Asterkarn, Ragemane. Kubi has 3 big abilities to look out for. His first ability is a Bone Harvest that he'll use on cooldown. This will deal pretty heavy damage in Pierce, Vitality, and Cold if it is anything like the Necromancer's counterpart. After he hits you with it, he'll leave you with a big Vitality dot. This ability has a long windup, so use that opportunity to give yourself some distance and chip at him with spells. I'm not sure if this buffs his auto attacks like the Necromancer's does, but it's safer to just steer clear of this ability. His second ability marks you, causing you to spawn small puddles of roiling blood at your feet. If you stand in this, you will take heavy vitality damage and heal Kubi for a substantial amount. These will neither hurt you nor heal him if you just keep moving. Finally, his most dangerous ability, Kubi will rear back to unleash a devastating breath attack. If you try to tank this, you will die. Thankfully, he's got a big tail, so make sure you watch out for the animation and get out of dodge before he bleeds out. This is another great time to add some chip damage and some distance. Kubi has 2 passive abilities. His first is that upon death he will split into 2 smaller Kubis, or Kubs Jr. for short. Once each of the Kubs Jr. fall, they will spawn 2 more smaller Kubis, which we'll call Micro Kubs. In total, you will have to fell 7 different iterations of this boss before you can open his Nemesis chest. Keep in mind that while there are more Kubis out in the field, there's a bigger chance of you getting cornered and slaughtered, so stay away from corners and walls. His second passive is a bit less obvious at first. Kubi will heal a big chunk of his health when something dies near him, including his clone. I figured this out when I kited him through a huge group when he was almost dead, and moments later, he was at full health. Please pay attention to the clip and note how Kubi's health jumps from almost dead to nearly full in a matter of seconds. The strategy for this guy is quite simple, but it's hard to pull off at the same time. First things first, clear the surrounding area of guys. You need as much room as possible to kite, and this fight becomes so much worse with enemy mobs. Second, keep moving. Kite him in a familiar area by moving around an obstruction. Whenever he pauses to use an ability, turn around and apply some chip damage. Keep your kiting route simple and never go into unfamiliar territory. If you run into a dead end or a large pack of mobs, everything gets more complex. In short, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and streams that you're used to. Thirdly, only go toe-to-toe with Kubi when you've got a heavy-duty defensive cooldown to burn through. I use Mirror of Erodices and Mark of Torment. Finally, don't be a melee class. And if you already are one, maybe consider a different nemesis. That is all for my Kubacabra video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stick around because I've got a ton of Ashes of Malmouth content coming your way in these next few weeks. Happy hunting, and I'll see you next time.